Hello, my friends. Happy Monday. I don't know what the weather is like for you guys, but it is raining here. It never rains. And like it literally, we've lived here for 2.5-ish years. I can literally remember one other day that it's rained and one day that it snowed for about a couple minutes. It is amazing. Jeanette lives where I live too, and she's like, it's so amazing. And it actually spawned what I want to chat with you guys about today. Because, yeah, my girl Laura in the chat said it's snowing like crazy here. Yes. And I've seen some places in Las Vegas where it's snowing as well. So it's like so crazy, right? But it spawned what I want to talk about today on our call, because sometimes in life it goes a little different than we want it to, right? And I don't know about you guys, but I know you know this about me, because how many times have I talked about like time blocking and to-do lists and making sure you're making the priorities in your life like the priorities, and like I am so guilty. I'm really productive, like I really am, but I have a hard time just sitting down and like snuggling, and like even on calls like this, like in years past, I'm like totally that person who's like, yeah, I'll listen, but at the same time I'm going to be mopping my floors or getting ready or doing the laundry or XYZ. Like I'm going to be doing something else at the same time. I'm going to cross off 1,000 things on my to-do list all at the same time. And I've really been striving to like be more spontaneous and be more playful and be more present and just allow myself permission to just exist, if that makes sense, versus like my worth is wrapped up in the things that I crossed off my to-do list today, right? And a lot of that came from the shift that I had after I read my mom's poem, Monuments, that I read a couple weeks ago on this call. Just essentially the concept that our to-do list will never be done. They really won't, right? And I heard something recently that said, what if we, instead of celebrating our to-do lists, what if we celebrated our to-da lists? Of look what I did today versus, oh my gosh, look what I have to do, and look what it's like not even close to being done, right? Because even if you brain dumped at the beginning of your day, like me, right, to get all the thoughts out of my head, and I crossed off 17 of them, let's say, I still don't feel whatever, because I thought of 17 more things that I need to do. And the day is now over and I still have 17 things I haven't crossed off my to-do list, right? So today we were running an errand and it went so much faster than it should have, quote unquote, because we went to the Walmart pharmacy, and normally that takes about 12.5 years, especially with 3 children, and it was raining and it's COVID life. So I was like bracing myself, it was going to take forever. And it did not. It literally, we were in and out in like 5 minutes. And it only took 5 minutes because I told my kids that they were so good in those 5 minutes that they could get a chocolate. Okay. So we went and we bought a chocolate, and that was the bulk of our time there in Walmart, because it was like nobody was there. Okay. And on our drive home, I had this like spontaneous moment of it's trash day for me, and the recycling has already come and gone. And of course, everybody's recycling is open, because the trash cans, like they dumped it, they set it back down, and the lids are all down, right? Like they're all uncovered from their recycling things. And it's raining pretty good here. So I was like, I'm going to be a good person, and I'm going to get my coat on, and I'm going to grab an umbrella, and I'm going to run around and go close all of my neighbors' trash can lids. And it was so little and small and stupid, but it wasn't stupid. I honestly felt a little bit like Mary Poppins, because I've got this like umbrella, and I'm like, I'm being such a good person right now, right? And I'm sure like if my neighbors have cameras, they're probably like, who is that nutso who's like frolicking around in the rain, closing people's trash cans with lids, right? But it made me feel so alive for some reason. Like I'm just like, you know what? This is a spontaneous moment. I see a need. I'm going to help out my neighbors. I'm not going to run around all of Las Vegas for the next 2 hours closing everybody's trash. trash can lids, but I can at least close the trash can lids of like the 10 people in my neighborhood, right? And are they ever gonna know? Probably not. But you know what? It made me feel good inside. And so then I came back inside. I got Ellie down for a nap. And then I was like, you know what? We're just gonna go play in the rain. And that wasn't on my time blocking list today. It was not. To go play in the rain with my children, but it was on my time blocking list to spend time with my kids. And is it okay to do something new? Is it okay to do something spontaneous? Is it okay to do something different? Yes, it is. And I'm not very good at it, but I'm aware of it and I'm trying to be better, right? So I went and got our snow clothes. We went outside in the rain and we just jumped in puddles for like 10, 15 minutes and made hot chocolate after, right? It was not anything big or crazy, but it was awesome. And it made me feel so alive and happy. And I think so many times, like I've already briefly mentioned, like we to-do lists. I don't have time for that, right? And how many times have we like seen movies or whatever where like the little boy wants to play with his dad and the dad, I can't right now, bud, sorry, like I got work to do. And he like, oh, the day goes and comes and he never played with his kid, right? And I remember like seeing movies like that or watching commercials like that. I'm like, I'm never going to be that parent. I'm always going to say yes to my child, right? And then I became a mom and I realized, okay, like I get it now. But I'm striving really hard to be more aware. Sorry, she's going for the dirt. Hold on. I know, I'm the meanest mom ever. I'm really striving to be more aware of when my kiddos are asking me to play with them, and saying yes more often. So I want to challenge all of us to give ourselves permission to play. And by play, I don't just mean like go out in the rain. I also mean like take a nap if you need to. Like that is legit a form of play. If you're a mother or if you're somebody who works a lot and works really hard, any form of like taking a bath is a form of play, right? It really is. Giving yourself permission to just sit on the couch and read a fiction book. Personal development, of course, is great, but that's also productive, right? It's okay to like do those things for yourself, even if it's not on your to-do list. And even if it gives you just a little breather, a little break from real life, right? My mother-in-law literally has a sign up in her, it's moved. Sometimes it's in the office, sometimes it's in the laundry room, sometimes it's in the mudroom, but she has this sign that's like magnetic so it can move wherever. But it says naps are for sissies. And she wholeheartedly believes that. And I adore my mother-in-law with everything that I am. And she is one of the most productive people I've ever known. But she also runs herself ragged. And she only gets 4 hours of sleep at night, mostly because she can't sleep well. But her health is not doing that great, right? And I used to believe that. I used to believe that naps were for sissies. But then I would go to my mom's house and my mom takes a nap every day. Okay? Every day. And I was like, honestly, I was a little bothered by it. But I was like, Mom, I'm here to visit you. I live in another state. Don't take a freaking nap right now. Like, be here, hang out with me. You don't need a nap today. But then I like the book that really helped me like wake up to my ridiculousness was the book Essentialism. And he talks about like getting 8 hours of sleep, whether it's 8 hours at night or 6 hours at night and then a 2-hour nap during the day, or 7 hours of sleep and then a 1-hour nap during the day, or whatever. But getting adequate sleep is essential for your life. And when I heard him talk about that and the scientific research behind it and the importance of sleep, it made me realize like maybe my mom really is onto something, right? Because like she wrote a book during COVID, like, and she owns her own business and she's nationally ranked speaker Like she has a certification that puts her in the top 2% of all speakers nationwide. And she's a slayer. She's a pretty high achiever, and she takes a nap every day. Right. And I was reading, sorry, Ellie keeps dropping her puffs. I was reading, what is it called? The Gifts of Imperfection by Brene Brown. And she was talking about one of the habits of living a wholehearted life is playing and resting and doing these types of things that we're chatting about today. And it made me realize, okay, like I'm really good at like going and going and going and working and doing and hard and yes, and I'm not going to stop and I'm not going to sit down and I'm just going to keep going and I'm freaking awesome, right? Like, and I'm not very good at the like, let's just sit and snuggle and watch a movie, right? So it really helped me open up my awareness to the importance of this. Sitting, enjoying, playing, reading, taking baths, taking naps, being more spontaneous, saying yes when random people invite us to come to the park with them randomly. Or if somebody, and honestly, I was really a lot better at this when I lived in Utah, because I lived like 10 minutes away from my sister Janine, and she's totally spontaneous. She's really good at being spontaneous, and she would just show up at my house sometimes. And it always helped me like put into perspective the things that matter most. And it made me like, oh yeah, I don't have anything that's that important. You can totally come in. Come in. We'll talk, we'll chat, we'll play. It'll be great. And it really helped me to be more spontaneous. But moving to Vegas and away from my family, it has really like, especially with COVID life, like I'm very like in my routine. I'm in my norm. This is what we do. We don't like vary in any way, shape, or form. But I really getting spontaneous and taking time to rest has been so helpful for my overall happiness and overall peace of mind. And I feel like it really does make me a better person, a better mom, a better coach, a better wife. So Jeanette said, rest is so vital for our mental, physical, and emotional health. But I agree, it is so, so hard when we are not naturally that way. Amen. It really is. And I remember, I think it's in Girl Wash Your Face, where she had like this eye spasm and it just like kept returning. And her doctor literally told her like, what you need to do is nothing. And she just had to like quit everything for like a month so that her body could heal itself. Right. And it's that quote that maybe you've heard a million times. If you don't take time to take care of your health now, you will have to take the time to take care of your health later, because your body will literally show you physical signs of like, you're not being very nice to me. Calm down, slow down, rest, take a break, right? And it shows up in all sorts of ways, but in physical manifestations, right? And that goes too for rest days. I know most of us, myself included, are doing 9-week control freak right now. And it's very easy to like, we have 2 rest days. And are you okay? Do you want to go outside? Sorry, one sec. There you go. We have 2 rest days though. And it's very, very easy to like, I'll just do something else. And she even addressed this in, I think, just the other workout that we did, that she was like, I know you guys, like, I know all you Beachbody people, like you, it's a rest day. So you think, yeah, I'm going to do a workout from this different program that I haven't done in a while. And she's like, no, like, that's not what a rest day is. Like a rest means like, don't do anything, like stretch, maybe do a 10-minute enhancement, maybe, but don't like full blown do another workout for another program. And I am so guilty. So guilty of that. Because I like to work out 6 days, 7 days a week. I like the endorphin rush. I like that. But I think there's a different mental strength that comes from, okay, it is a rest day today. I am supposed to pause. I am supposed to calm down. I am supposed to allow my body to rest. And it helps me when I really do rest on those days to challenge myself to find other ways to bring me joy. And I know that sounds so simple, but it's really easy to just like, okay, I'm frustrated or I'm angry or I'm upset or I just want a rush of endorphins or whatever. I'm going to work out. And that is always my go-to. That is always my, like, I'm feeling grumpy. I'm going to turn on some music and I'm going to dance in the kitchen. I'm whatever, like movement and moving my body, going on a walk, going on a run when I'm frustrated or whatever. That's a very, very normal and natural way for me to release my tension. And it's been good on those days when, like, no, it's a rest day, but okay, so how do I create that feeling for myself in other ways outside of exercise, right? And it's been very empowering to help me recognize and realize that I don't have to rely on exercise alone to help me feel happy and to help me have peace and joy in my mornings, right? Janeth says in the chat, those 2 rest days. Yes, I had a friend in town this weekend and I got a babysitter. We went on an adventure to the mountains. It was so good to do that. Yes. And it's so awesome to like have those rest days and find what's important to you, and find other avenues and things that bring you joy. So truly giving yourself permission to rest. And it's all right if you rest. And same thing if you're sick or if you're injured, right? So many times I see people in our community, in our Fit Life community, in our chats and our threads and whatever, that they're like, I'm just not feeling good today, but I really just, I want to work out. And while I understand that, and I have definitely been there too, I am grateful for the people who recognize and appreciate, yes, I'm going to do something because I want to move my body, but I'm going to take it super easy on myself. I'm just going to find a 10-minute stretch, or I'm just going to do yoga, or I'm just going to do whatever. And it is really good for me. I can't speak for everyone, but when I am feeling sick or I am feeling under the weather, just moving my body in some way helps me to just get that blood flowing and helps release the lactic acid and helps me feel a little bit normal, even just for those 10 minutes. Same with pregnancy. And so many people like, how do you work out when you're pregnant? And for me, really, it's just I get 30 minutes where I feel normal and I don't feel like I'm super pregnant or different or have whatever different circumstances, right? But also recognizing and appreciating exercise and what it can do for you, while also giving yourself the grace to tone it down, to tone it back, to take it easy, to take care of you in the long term, right? Laura said, that's me today. I'm under the weather and it's killing me not to start phase 2 today. Yes. Yeah, she's not feeling good. So yes, totally. But just allowing yourself to have that rest and drink your water and drink your superfoods if you have Shakeology on hand, and eat good so that your body can kill it, and then just really giving yourself permission to rest, to take it easy, and you'll bounce back mentally, physically, emotionally so much faster than if we try to just push through and look at me, right? Okay, that's all I had for you today. But I just really wanted to share that with you, because it's something 99.9% of the time, the things that we chat about on our nutrition bootcamp call or our mindset bootcamp call, whatever we call this, it's things that I'm learning or things that I'm struggling with, and the things that I'm learning about, and then I just want to share what I am finding with you. This is never a like, look at me, I'm perfect, right? I have so much to learn and so much that I'm still working through. And so if you ever hear like a redundancy or a theme, it's because those are specific things that I struggle with that I'm still learning from, right? So if you have ever any feedback or any like extra tips or tricks or helps, like, you can totally unmute yourself. You can totally type in the chat. You can totally share with us anything that you feel is valid and helpful and all the things. And if you ever have like specific thoughts or questions of things you are learning about or want to talk more about, please let us know so that we can learn more about it together and improve and grow together. Cool. Okay. If you are on the recording, my friends, I love you. I am so glad you took the time to watch this, and I hope you give yourself permission to be spontaneous today. Give yourself permission to rest, to play, to all the things. Okay? And I'll see you next week. If you're on live, stay on live, and we'll chat. Bye.